The mile is one of those distances that made running really popular throughout the world. A lot of people are aware of Roger Bannister smashing the 4-minute mile back in 1954. And after that happened, so many athletes followed suit. And since then, the times have become ridiculously quick, with Hicham El Guerrouj taking the mile down all the way to 3 minutes and 43 seconds back in 1999. And the record hasn't been touched since. What I love about running is the purity of the sport. It's not like cycling where equipment's going to give you quite an advantage over the next guy, and you can't just hide away and expect to take the sprint finish at the end and fucking beat all the guys that are stronger than you. No, running doesn't work like that. You got to train hard, you got to work hard, and it's only the strongest motherfuckers that win. You may be wondering why I'm choosing the mile and why 4:38 specifically. Well, there's no particular reason why I'm choosing the mile. I just enjoy the distance. And 4:38, the reason for that is because Eliud Kipchoge's world marathon record is run at 4:38 per mile. That's the official record. That's not the one where he had the other guys to pace him as well as a car in front of him. For those of you who might not know, a marathon is 26.2 miles. So Kipchoge is at the level where he's running a mile in 4:38, 26.2 times over. And what's even crazier than that is that only 0.7% of all male runners can run a mile in 4:38 or less. Now, the last time I gave the mile a shot was almost 2 weeks ago. I managed to run a 5:18. I know that's nothing special, but I do feel confident that I can eventually get to 4:38. I just need to do the right kind of training, and I need to do enough training. So what kind of training do I do to train for the mile? I make sure to do some speed work, so that's 400 meter repeats. I find that really helps to get the speed up. And I also make sure to do some endurance to keep the aerobic fitness up. So most of that is actually going to be done on the bike, as if I just run all the time, then I'm way more prone to injury, and then I can't give really good efforts when it's time to do the speed work and such. Now, I could be wrong, but I think the bike is a great training tool for runners to improve their overall running fitness. The thing that I've seen most runners do is they train so much that they always get fucking injured, and then they're out of running for weeks at a time. Whereas they could just ride the bike instead and avoid getting that extra impact on their legs, that unnecessary impact. And then every time they do the hard workouts, their legs are fresh enough to really fucking push hard and smash some PRs left, right and center, bro. Or you could take David Goggins' advice and just run through injury, and by the time your marathon day comes, you enter the wheelchair race because you're unable to run the regular race. All jokes aside, I really like David Goggins' book. It's a good book for developing that harden the fuck up mentality. And when it comes to sore legs, just use some common sense. Don't keep running when your legs are sore. Take the amount of recovery that you need so that your legs can be fresh again and you don't have to get injured later down the line. For those of you wondering what the 5k equivalent is of running a 4:38 mile, it's the same level of fitness is 15 minutes and 58 seconds for the 5k if you use a running calculator. Now, I'm talking about the 5k because it's a very popular distance in this community, and most people are using it as the benchmark to test their fitness. So if you want to smash those 5Ks, then it's definitely beneficial to throw a mile or two into your training, my brew. All my training goes on Strava, so if you're interested in following what I do, click on Linktree in the description down below.